Welcome to Transforming the Toddler Years, the podcast for conscious parents, caregivers, and educators who believe tantrums aren't terrible. They are powerful opportunities for connection, growth, and learning during the first 5 years. You'll explore how to use intentional language to raise calm, confident, and deeply connected kids, because the way we talk to kids becomes how they see themselves and engage with the world. Hi, I'm your host, Cara Terrell, classroom teacher turned parent educator and teacher trainer. Are you ready to nurture your children's mind, body, and spirit? Welcome, Toddler Tribe. Let's transform the toddler years together.
Welcome back, Toddler Tribe. Today we're talking about one of my favorite C words, and I have a lot of them: compromise. Collaboration is all the rage, right? You hear about it in kind of big media now. Collaboration is the key, and I fully believe that. It's why I created my collaborative discipline method. However, there are steps. There are steps to how we collaborate with another person. And one of them is the ability to compromise. So today I want to dissect it not from the outcome perspective, because what is a compromise, right? It's some of what I want, some of what you want. So we put a we want plan together and both of us feel good about it. That's the definition of a compromise. Today I really want to think about it from the process that happens internally to get to a place where there is willingness to compromise. Maybe this is a skill that you still struggle with, because it is a skill. It is not something that we as human beings are naturally born good at. Now, you may have a kiddo who one of their natural traits is that they are a giver. And those kids are quite good naturally at sharing. Yay, right? We love those kids. But that's not the same as compromising. Because in order for there to be an event where you have to do that inner work, it means that somebody is essentially negating you. Or that's not exactly the right way to say it. It means that somebody else's desires don't match your desires. Yes, that's a much better way to say it. You know me, gotta be precise with my words. And when somebody else's desire doesn't match yours, it can be triggering. And what gets triggered? This internal process of, uh-oh. Now I don't feel good about this decision, this action, this outcome. I want something different than somebody else wants. So what does it take in order to truly arrive at an amicable compromise? Not an agree to disagree. All right. If you're thinking about the other adults in your life, I'm sure you can relate there. Not, I almost get there, but then I just pull the adult power play card and we end up in a power struggle and a meltdown. What does it take to actually get to an amicable compromise where everybody feels like they got what they needed out of the deal, even though it wasn't entirely what they visualized in the first place? Well, the first thing it takes is the ability to regulate our own emotions. Everything starts there always, doesn't it? The first step when a little one gets triggered because they want all the yellow cups and for nobody to have a yellow cup except them. The first thing is they need to know, or at least be available to receive support in how to calm down their nervous system after the trigger hit. They need a trusted human in their life that they can co-regulate with. Wow. You're really disappointed. You're very frustrated. You're even kind of angry. Yellow is your favorite color, and you just wanted all the yellow cups to yourself during this playtime. Janie took one, and woof, your body didn't handle that well. Your feelings didn't handle that well. They need someone in their life who can help guide the emotional soothing process. That's step one. Now, the goal is that they can eventually do it on their own. I really wanted all those cups, but fill in the blank. But they can't do that automatically. We are the guide, we are the models, we are the teachers. The parents, the educators, the caregivers, we're all of it. The second step, and this is the key, is that they need to be emotionally soothed enough to feel safe to then move to an other perspective. In my book, in the statometer, we talk about this, that they need to be able to move to this interpersonal other perspective, where they can see the other person's perspective, even if they don't agree with it. I'm going to say that one again. They need to be supported to be able to see the other person's perspective, even if they don't agree with it. That is key. And I'm going to call us all out again. I just turned 50. There are times where as an adult, I find, oops, I missed that step. And if we miss that step, the whole thing crumbles. Wow. Did you know Janie's favorite color is yellow too? Perspective shift. She really wants to play with yellow just like you. Perspective shift through somebody else's eyes, somebody else's feelings. Now, the third thing is the compromise. What I see a lot when I come into classrooms and I'm doing coaching and consulting is that when the teachers get to this step, okay, I'm cheering for them because they've made it to step 3, but they solve it instead of wonder about it. What do I mean by this? What if you get 2 and you get 2 because there's 4 cups? That would be fair. That is a teacher solving for compromise. Can you understand how from the child's perspective, it has been done for them, and it's now a direction that's being given to them, but they didn't have any way of adding to that conversation? Remember, a compromise is some of what I want, some of what you want, and we come together as a we make the plan, and we agree on it, right? Somehow we landed back on I. I have a plan, and I know how that it'll solve this. So instead, when we get to that compromise moment, what we need to do is wonder. Not what if, wonder. I wonder how we can make a plan that you both get to play with yellow cups. I wonder how many cups there are. Count them. Point and count. It's great one-to-one matching practice, like some pre-math in there as well. Why not, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4 cups. There are 2 of you. Can you see where I'm headed with this? Every sentence I say is steeped in possibility and also just witnessing what's in front of me so that their brains start to do the same thing. And here's the most amazing part about infants and toddlers and preschoolers. Once you turn on their brain and get that cognition wheel rolling with those words, they take it from there. They have ideas all of a sudden, and they want to share their ideas. Well, I guess I could. Well, what if we... And next thing you know, they have the ideas that solve this problem. And you get to sit back and cheer for them. Hey, that's a fantastic idea. I am so glad you thought of it. Give them all the glory. Give them all the pats, right? I'm so glad you thought of it. Now turn to the other kid. Janie, what do you think about this plan? Is this a plan that works for you too? Because compromise is not fully achieved until both parties sign on the dotted line. Okay? Just because one kid, did the awesome work and got there and had these cognitive plan and making ideas, we need to make sure the other one is bought in too. That allows for kids to practice that human interaction, that back and forth conversation, even these early stages of positive, healthy negotiation. And once we're both there, we seal it. All right, we have a plan. This is going to be so fun. Would you like to celebrate it with a fist bump, a handshake, or a hug? Ask them. And let them seal the deal. Compromise is such an important life skill. So start young, start now. Thank you, Toddler Tribe. You are out there doing the big work, whether you are a parent, a teacher, or a caregiver. I would love to have you on my email list because every week I send out direct links to these podcasts so you don't have to think about it. And also, big, amazing, fun, community-related things are coming and you're going to want to be the first to know. So get on the email list and you know what to do. Stay mindful and proactive as we transform the toddler years.